the first actually to mount the correct posture for a mosasaur anywhere in the world. I was really speechless. I couldn't believe, first of all, that we had found a vertebrate specimen like that in this formation. Usually it's just shells and stuff like that. The condition of the vertebrae that was sticking out the back of the concretion was immaculate. I couldn't believe my eyes, really. It was too good to be true.
Currently, we are working on a 30-foot Mosasaurus, which is a type of marine reptile. So this is for a client. It's going to be an outdoor exhibit for the public to view. My job primarily on this project has been the 3D modeling aspect and the carving on the CNC machine. A CNC machine is kind of like a 3D printer, except instead of putting material down, it carves it away. So we take a block of foam and then the machine will carve away the material to resemble a fossil. The first part we have to assemble is the metal skeleton, because that kind of gives us the basic framework to construct the fossil.
We have a number of things that we have to contend with because this is such a different approach to the project that I'm hoping we can be done on time. But yeah, there's a lot of things, deadlines that we have to meet. But yeah, I think we have the team to accomplish it. So this is the steel support structure that's going to hold everything together. Jason's carving out the sternal area, the underbelly, and that's going to be attached right in here. But these are all of the steel supports for the ribs. This is the main support armature here. This is where all the vertebrae that we saw being carved on the CNC machine will be attached. This section will then get cut and welded onto the tail section that we're going to start building right away. Here's some of the vertebrae that have already been carved. You can see we have access for the support armature to go through. So here Kainen's working on prepping some of the vertebrae. And he's also stringing on the finger bones for the flippers. Eventually they'll look like that. There's the forelimbs, hind limbs. So he's working on that. Charlie's working on the lower jaws. That's this section here. She's working on the mandibles. These are quite different than in mammals. There are several different bones that comprise the lower jaw. Not like ours where we just have one bone. There were several bones that articulated, and they had a hinge in the middle as well. So the mouth could expand as they went to bite something. When she has this all cleaned up, we're going to take it over and weld them onto the cranium here. So all this section. So once we have it welded on, we'll carve the quadrate in place, and that will hide all the steel support structure. And then when that's all in and ready to go, we'll take the skull off and attach it to the main axial skeleton. Yeah. Ooh, that's
where it's lining up.
That's looking really good there.
We gotta
come my way at the front, big time. down. There. Yeah, the proportions of this are going to be perfect.
Mosasaurs belong to a group of extinct marine reptiles from the late Cretaceous period. The first fossil remains were discovered in a chalk quarry near Maastricht, Netherlands, on the Meuse River in 1764. Mosasaurs were likely evolved from an extinct group of aquatic lizards known as Agellosaurs early in the late Cretaceous. They became extinct at the end of the Cretaceous period, the same time as dinosaurs. They are sleek, streamlined, fast, and can range from 3 to 50 feet in length. They have 2 sets of teeth in the upper jaw, with a second set used to hold on to prey. These sea monsters prey on ammonites, bony fish, sea turtles, plesiosaurs, seabirds, or anything that gets in their way.
So today we're going to have an inspection by the client of the work so far, and hopefully we'll have a good outcome from that. Approval of the pose, positioning of the skeleton, and the mounting process. After that, we're going to do an on-site inspection with the client as well. So they're going to be looking at the engineering aspect of this, how strong the structure is, the anatomical accuracy, how this is going to withhold Canadian winters, tourists, activity, things like that. I'm pretty confident, but there's always that unknown factor, right? We're dealing with several people, and what their preconceived notion of what this is on paper is a lot of times different than seeing the actual 30-foot specimen. Hi guys, come on in.
Hi.
Good to see you, Wanda.
Nice to see you, Frank.
Hi, John.
Morning.
Good to
How
see
are you
you.
doing?
Good, good. Come on in. So there's much more steel throughout the structure than we would normally put in. Everywhere that you see bones, there's steel, other than the neural spines of these. But once we spray this with Line-X, like you couldn't break it. Like so structurally, we don't have to run steel up there, but everywhere else, all of the ribs, all of the sternal region, all of the skull, there's steel throughout it.
So what do you think of the possibility of wind resistance? Like, is that going to be an issue, do you think? Or?
Well, we talked about that, and because it's such a small area and wind load on that, and that's all Sked 40 pipe right to the end, and there's virtually no weight to this, right? We have a 10-foot pipe and leave 4-foot stick up out of the ground for a connection.
So is this we determined this is a screw pile that doesn't require concreting, or what are we doing here?
Well, I just thought we would use the other part of the pipe that I got and just weld our flange onto it, drop the pipe in, concrete it, or just leave it with backfill. That's where remember we talked about.
So are you going to put this on the pipe then?
Yes.
I don't have a good feeling about simply backfilling that.
You want to concrete it?
Well, I think at the very least,
it's the depth more than the concrete that's going to give you your strength, in my opinion. And again, depending on the material surrounding it, the concrete can also be a detriment because it allows more surface area for frost upheaval and more purchase, if you will, from the frost to push it up out of the ground. But if we're down 10 feet, that isn't going to be an issue.
well, it's just that then we don't have to worry about ordering a hole or compaction or anything, right? That goes down and it holds down in there, and it's just a done deal, right?
Yep. Yeah, I'll leave that up to you guys. The only thing is I got to have that match up with that flange. So this project is not typical of most mosasaurs that we've done in the past. Because this will be an outdoor specimen for display. We have to build it much more robustly than we would for something where you can't touch it or have the wind and the sun and the rain affect it. So in that respect, yeah, this has been a lot tougher project to build than the usual ones. Much stronger. We have to have UV protection for the paint. We've used a number of different specimens. It's kind of a composite specimen, but close enough for a display like this to match up quite nicely.
I think the skeletal side of it is more impressive, and it just, yes, given that its location on the prairie, I think the ability for the wind to whistle through it as opposed to always be pushing on it is going to be helpful as well.
Yeah.
And, you know, hopefully if somebody damages something, you know, I mean, there's only a part that needs to be repaired as opposed to a larger area, right?
The project that we developed with Carolside Reservoir and special areas, that didn't happen overnight. I was approached a number of years ago to develop some ideas for part of an interpretive tour along the drive to Dinosaur Provincial Park. I had an idea where we could develop some of the geology around Carolside, the Bear Paw Formation, but I had no idea that we would stumble across an amazing specimen like this ourselves. So when I did find it, I reached out to special areas immediately and said, I think we have something to base our story on at this location and really develop an interpretive program for the area. So it worked out perfectly in that respect. So in 2015, my grandson and I, Kynan, were out fishing at Carolside Reservoir. And during a lull in the fishing activity, we decided to prospect along the bank for fossils. And lo and behold, we came across this cracked open concretion that contained the cervical vertebrae and other parts of the skull of a small mosasaur. Well, in the moment when we discovered the concretion with the little mosasaur in it, I was really speechless. I couldn't believe, first of all, that we had found a vertebrate specimen like that in this formation. Usually it's just shells and stuff like that. So a concretion is a type of rock, a type of mineral that usually forms around some sort of organic material, bone, tree, anything like that, any plant matter. But in this case, it formed around the vertebrae of this small mosasaur. The condition of the vertebrae that was sticking out the back of the concretion was immaculate. I couldn't believe my eyes, really. It was too good to be true. When we initially found it, Kynan was unaware of the importance of what we had discovered. So I gave him a kind of a brief interpretation of what we're looking at, and that really stoked him on immediately to find more pieces of the concretion. And he had a good eye for it. He found a lot more pieces quite quickly. So the unexpected discovery like that of the mosasaur, sharing that discovery with Kynan was amazing. It kind of opened his eyes to the possibility that if you're looking for stuff, you can find amazing discoveries at any time.
Since working here and finding that fossil in Carolside, it's really raised my interest on paleontology and finding fossils and recreating fossils like we do here, and being able to share a common interest with my grandpa and learn from him, and it's great, and I've really enjoyed it.
For this mosasaur project, I started doing spraying of paint for the base coat, and I am applying a dry brush process where I'm basically applying paint but very little, and I'll be brushing it in to help highlight any of the highlights on the bones so it gives more dimension to the bone. Sometimes the textures get hidden when it's a flat surface or you've got one single layer of paint. You want to bring that out because you want to see the dynamic of the bone So you want the high points highlighted just so you can actually see the bone, and you want it to look more realistic than smooth. We do seal it afterwards with a very hard coat sealant. So with this, you are going to be seeing it from far away, but you want to be still true to the overall appearance.
Yeah, I'm good. Ready? Yes. Go. Okay.
Are we okay like that, Chief?
I think way off.
Man, that's pretty solid even there. We could put our scaffolding right around this pole.
Yep.
I think that's perfect.
Yep.
I don't think it could get any better.
We
don't wanna turn them-
too much, then you don't get the view from the highway either. So I think
Exactly.
it's perfect. Hold it.
We're good there.
Do it.
Hold her up. Oh, I can reach them from there once we get the second tier on there, yeah. Yeah, I'm just wondering if my ribs are gonna be in the way. It's gonna be so close. I don't think they will.
Good working height there, right, or no?
Yeah, I'll try and get up there. What do you want to do here?
That angle, but you can bast it with that, and then I can put another one through here just to make it longer.
Okay.
Brand new, never used.
Try her there, Waller. That's better. Just put a little bit of a strain on it. Whoa. Ooh. Oh, go up quick.
Go up a bit.
Up, Wally. Up. Okay, take those bolts out. Quick, quick, quick. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's good right there. Just watch when you take it out. You guys got that? Here, come in already. I want you to open your hands.
Give it out more.
Hang on, it's gonna really kick off here right away.
Which way is it gonna go? What's the problem?
Push the whole thing. Yeah.
We're just kind of pulling up on it pretty hard. The bolts. See what's tipped? The bolts tipped up.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect. That's why I kind of figured out a little more.
Yeah. Put it down gentle. We got a rope. Hang on. You got a tagline? Yeah, I got. You're going this way, Wally? Okay. Hey, that looks kind of cool. You got the Allen wrenches? Go up a little bit. Perfect. Watch his flippers. Whoa. Hold it right there. That helps a lot, John. Perfect, right like that. Eddie, keep tension on that rope so this doesn't move away from me. There. Let's do it. Okay, I need my pinch bars, bolts, 3/4 inch socket and wrench. There. Okay. Whoa. Can you see it all there, Jeff? Hang on. Just come down a bit. Rocker there. I can't get through it. There's no hole there. We're gonna have to lift it up, Wally. Just keep rocking her like that. Keep doing that, Eddie. Keep rocking up and down like that. Come on. Wow. That thing's insane.
I love the angle.
Wow. Perfect. I'm glad it's done. Beautiful. Well, now that the Mosasaur project is completed, I couldn't be happier. Everything went as planned. We have a fantastic specimen. The client is happy. The interpretation was amazing. The spot we picked to put it, it looks fantastic. So things could not have went better. I'm just really looking forward to hearing back the response from the public on seeing this fantastic specimen. So my experience over the years looking for fossils and exploring natural history is just go out and do it. You know, you don't need an advanced degree to do this. A lot of people think that, oh, I need, you know, PhD in dinosaur paleontology to do this. No, you just need an interest and a drive to get out there and learn more. Ask questions, read books, talk to people who are in the field, but just get out there and do it. It's great fun. The worst day fossil collecting is the best day you'll ever have. Even though you don't find anything, you're always learning something.